know, if you're anything like me, you always try to do the best you can in whatever you're doing, even if it don't turn out. As long as you give it your best, that's all you can really ask for. I was out here 5 hours ago, 6 hours ago maybe. I set these traps. I went back, looked at the footage, and I don't know what it was, but something kept clicking my lavalier mic, and that's all I heard is click, 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 click. I was like, whew. So, all right, that was completely useless footage. So these traps have actually been set for 5-6 hours now, but I wanted to come back out, just give you a rundown of how they're set, why I set them where I did. That way when I come back tomorrow, if we got something, you can understand why I got something. But I got 2 traps out here now. There's a few runs into this lodge. I got a couple right here, and there's a couple on the other side, and I'm sure there's some out front. The only problem is it's pretty deep out there. It'd be over my head. But I got 2 traps set in these runs right here. I have a feeling that possibly you'll get one, hopefully. That's my goal. If I do, we'll do a catch, clean, and cook. I'll show you what I got and why I got them, where I got them. Right here, I got a 330 conibear. You can see the top jaws sticking up right there. Ooh, that's bright. There's a lodge there, but then this run comes out right here, but it just shoots straight into the lodge. This vegetation right here is kind of like a natural dive to them. So what they'll do is they'll come out from back here, kind of hit this natural dive, and my trap it's right there. I actually have the trigger on the bottom, that way they don't see the trigger or nothing. They just dive underneath the top jaws and boom, right in my trap, hit the trigger, and I got them. But I got it staked off. I got a couple blocking off sticks on each side. That run comes straight out here. You can kind of see it heads out towards this other one. You can see my 330 right there, the top of the jaws. And then I got it in the H stand. I think it's a 48-inch tall H stand, and it's just got a couple inches hanging out the top of the water. So it's pretty deep there, but the run comes out from right here. It, you know, empties out right there, but then it comes up. There's a natural dive in this log here. You can kind of see the run. It's dented down pretty good, but it comes out of the lodge right there. So I got this run here, and I got that run there. It should produce. I'm thinking it looks real active. It's real beat down. The deeper a run is, it tends to be the more it's used. Every time they come out of the lodge, they always come out on the bottom, and they're always skimming away dirt. And then, you know, obviously here the river's just washing the soot away. So this has been used pretty good. All right, well, we'll come back tomorrow. I just wanted to come out and give you some details about how I got traps set. You know, I don't just put traps in the water and hope for the best. So give you a little idea how to set, where to set, why to set. Then all we can do is hope, and we'll come back and check tomorrow. I ain't gonna lie. I've struggled on this trip between having the COVID and ooh, got a leech on this guy. Between having the COVID, my audio going to shit yesterday. I forgot the memory card for my camera today, so I took some video when I picked these guys up with my phone, but the audio on a phone sucks. So I'll show you some of that. But I got a 2-year-old. I think it's a 2-year-old. It might be an adult. I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure it's a 2-year-old though. And then I got a kit. You know, it's basically a year old. But we're gonna get these guys cleaned up, and then we'll get them put in the crock pot, and we're gonna cook something with them. All right, the way I'm gonna show you how to skin this, it's not your typical round skinning like most people show you how to do. I'm gonna show you how to do it so that way you can take it to a taxidermist and still get a full body mount. This is by no means me showing you how to skin something for taxidermy. This will allow you to get the meat off the animal and then not damage it in any way, so the taxidermist can actually do the work on all the I guess the important areas like the face, the head, the paws, all that, the feet, whatever you want to call them. This will allow you to not waste the meat and still get the mount that you might want. So let's get started. First thing you want to do is, what I do is I cut the tail. Don't cut into the fur, cut down into the tail a little bit. And don't cut the tail off yet. We're going to leave it on, but this will allow you to get started, and it gives you something to hold on to. So you still got the tail on. Now remember, this is your castor gland, your castor sac. This is the important area. What you're going to do is come right in the dead center. You're going to cut straight up right through the vent, but be careful not to go into the castor gland, because obviously we're doing this to keep the meat. If you go through the castor and you start skinning this, you're going to ruin all the meat. And when you make this cut, I'm going to show you where to stop here in a second, but when you make it, try to make it as clean and straight as you can. It makes it easier for the taxidermist to stitch up. You can feel the sternum. It's, stops right there. I try to stop a little bit back from it, so we're going to keep cutting all the way up. Sternum stops right here. I'm going to stop about right there. I'm about a hand width back. And then what we'll do is start separating the hide, that what we have kind of cut right here so far. And you're just working the hide all the way around. You get down to the leg, work it around the leg. Then we'll go to the other side. I got to sit down to do this. Separate the other side just like you did that side. What you're trying to do is get down to this knuckle down here. You're trying to get that exposed. Once you get in the knuckle, you can start cutting the tendons. Give it a little twist. I got my finger right underneath. I don't know if it'll show up, but I got my finger right underneath the leg bone and in between the hide here. Get my knife in there, cut right along the bone, and there's that. And then we'll come over, do the other side. I'm not going to waste your time showing you that, but do the exact same thing. All right, I got both back legs done. You can see I got both back feet. They're still attached to the hide. I haven't done nothing inside the feet. We just stop right at the knuckles. And then we'll take this. We're going to flip it over. Right here is a very important place to be careful of. Right at the kind of above the tail, middle of the back. There's really no meat here. It pretty much goes hide just down to bone, so it's real easy to cut through. So go shallow little strokes, and then take your time and you'll do just fine. Now that we're past the kind of difficult spot, it goes pretty easy. Now that we're up to about where we stopped on the bottom side, where we made our incision straight up, now I'm going to turn it around, start working it towards me. And I'll work this side, the back here, as high up as I can get it. We'll flip them over, then we'll start working the underside here. Now if we kind of roll it on its side, it should expose one leg a little better than the other. We're stopping at the neck. We're not going further than the neck. I got the same thing I had in the back leg. I got the leg here. I get a little better. I got the leg here, and then I got the hide underneath. And I got to get to that knuckle. You can actually probably just break the bone. There we go. Got one front leg separated. I'll show you. The front foot's still attached. I didn't do nothing inside the foot. I just separated it as close to that knuckle as I could get. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Make my cut around. I should be able to twist and break it. All right, now we got both front legs free. We're gonna make cuts. All we're looking for is the neck right here. You can see right here, I can move his head and I can see his neck moving. Cut all the way down to the spine. And there you twist his head. And there you go. There you have it. You got your the head. Get it in there. The head's still attached to the hide. We didn't do nothing in the head. You got your front feet still attached. Back feet still attached. The tail's cut off. You don't have to worry about that. Just about every beaver, muskrat, things like that that have those types of tails, they're artificial anymore. They come on the mounts already. If your taxidermist wants to use yours, I mean, they can do it, but I don't really know many that do. You saved all the sensitive areas, you know, the head and the feet and all that for the taxidermist, but you got the whole hide here, and then your incisions underneath, you know, where you made the first cut. Where's it at? Right there. They can stitch that up real nice, and you still got all your meat, so nothing goes to waste, which is what you should strive for when you do this anyway, in my opinion. But to each their own. You know, you don't want to eat it. I'm not gonna yell at you for it, but I think you're missing out. Beaver's excellent. It's a sweet pot roast, so if you ain't tried it, give it a shot. I guarantee you'll like it. But I'm gonna get this guy gutted, get that other one skinned, and then we're gonna get him on the grill, or in the crock pot, not the grill. This, let me get it in there. This should turn out pretty good. What I did is I slow cooked the beaver, and they use chicken broth for about 6 hours. Once you can pull it apart, just make a pulled pork sandwich out of it for the most part. Put some barbecue sauce on there. I got 2 layers of Munster cheese. I got kind of an over medium egg. You don't want to do an over easy because you'll make a mess of yourself. Got that, got some mushrooms. I mean, ooh, let's get a bite. I'm hungry. It's just falling apart. That's good though. Just the way I like them. Oh my god, that's so good. Man, that Munster cheese makes it. I love Munster cheese. the egg too. If you ain't eating beaver that you're trapping, I personally think you're wrong. I mean, you can do whatever you want, I don't care, but I'm just saying, as far as passing up a good meat, I mean, it tastes just like a pot roast. Get a little. This stuff, it's excellent, I promise. There's no way that someone could not like eating beaver meat. There's no way. Well, I hope I at least convince you to try it. If you trap beaver, just give it a try if you never have. Big thing to do is I always soak it in water overnight if I can. And then make sure you trim as much of the fat off as possible. And look for any glands. You don't want glands on there. Other than that, just slow cook it and you can make, I mean, all this stuff. You can make any type of sandwich or anything. I mean, it's just like pulled pork. It tastes like pot roast, but I mean, I just got a pulled beaver sandwich with Munster cheese and egg and some barbecue sauce and mushrooms on a toasted bun. It's very good. I think you'll enjoy it. But, well, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in another one.